Good morning, GABA friends and family. First things first, before I start, have you joined yet? I'll give you a minute to think about it. If you haven't, pause this video and do so now. You're already missing out. I keep looking over here because my dog's going for a squirrel. But anyways, wow, he's really going for it. Come on over here. In today's video, I am just sitting down to chat with you all about community. And I figured what better way and what better place to talk about community than while walking through my own. So let's talk about it. Now that we are seated and comfortable here, I don't know about you guys, but community was a huge part of my experience throughout college. My freshman year was one of the most formative years of college because it really forced me to go back to my early kindergarten days and remember how to make friends, how to build a community of people that I thought were trustworthy and supportive and could always be there for me, and I could do the same for them. Thankfully, it went great in college, and now that I'm looking at starting medical school here in about a month, I'm a little bit nervous about having to do all of that again now, especially knowing that I'm probably going to be one of the youngest people in my class. With the average age of a medical school student increasing year after year because growth years are becoming more and more popular, I'm looking back on my timeline and wondering, okay, I didn't take a growth year. Is this going to set me apart from the rest of my class? Are they going to have so much more life experience than me that it'll be harder for us to get along or to connect? And so how am I preparing for that, aside from stressing a little bit about it every now and again? I'm inside of GABA. I'm connecting with people. I'm meeting people much younger, much older than me, from all different walks of life, and using that as my opportunity to sharpen my skills at community building. And the great thing about GABA is that everyone is there for the right reasons, and I think it's so much easier in there to build community because that's what they're all there for. If all else fails, I know I have GABA to fall back on, even when I'm in medical school. But aside from GABA, for those of you who either aren't in the platform yet or have joined it but still want to build community outside of it, what are the things that you can do to assist in that process? And looking back on my freshman year and looking forward to a month from now when I have to pull out all of these skills and tips and tricks again, I have a couple ideas of things that might help. The first being to trust your gut. Oftentimes when you meet someone, you're either going to automatically connect or automatically not connect. And there's that weird opportunity in between where you have a feeling you could be really good friends with this person, but you aren't entirely sure yet, and you're wondering where their head is at. I remember being in that position a lot my freshman year. And luckily for me, the people that I felt that way about ended up being some of my best friends in college. So my advice to you is to don't rule anybody out right away, especially in this stage of our lives when the communities that we're finding ourselves in are often ones full of support. Places like GABA, places like often your school campus or eventually your medical school campus. People going into medicine more times than not are there for the right reasons and truly want to help people and be of service to others. So that's a great start already. You surrounded yourself with really good people. Now it's just time to figure out which one of them has the same vibe as you, maybe the same interests, and even the ones who don't have the same interests can still be the best of friends to you. Second thing that might help is to remember that activities are your asset. So it can be a little awkward at times to just go out to dinner with someone that you've never really talked to before. However, if you're going rock climbing or go-karting or hiking wherever you are, that's great. It'll give you an opportunity to focus on other things if your downtime is a little quiet. So in medical school, I'll be moving to a brand new city. Activities will be abundant, and I plan on using those as an opportunity to interact with different people each time. After that great activity and that bonding experience, hopefully I'll have some more community members. In the backyard here for one of my final tips, just remember that being a little ambitious with your connections is not a bad thing. People are often flattered if you reach out to them and express your interest in wanting to hang out or just get to know them a little bit more. I didn't realize that that was as common as it is until I got to college, and especially when I got to my workplace. Your coworkers are oftentimes really cool people. And I didn't realize that until a little late in my college experience when I finally started to connect with my coworkers and meet up with them after work. They're really awesome. And if I hadn't got a little ambitious and said, hey, working with you on this project was really great. Would you want to go grab a bite to eat after work? Or there's this really cool bookstore in town, and I know we talked about books last time we were working together. Would you want to go with me? Those were some of the best connections that I made throughout college. Now, I know things are virtual, and although the world is opening back up slowly, more often than not, you're not going to be able to meet up with these people in person. But that doesn't mean you can't do just as fun activities virtually. There are lots of fun games and things that you can play right over Zoom, watch shows together. I've definitely thrown out a book club request here and there to my closer friends. So don't be afraid to get creative with it. Just because things are virtual doesn't mean you still can't make some great connections and build a great community. I don't know about you, but this conversation alone has me even more excited about the people that I'm chatting with inside of the GABA platform. I'll see you in there.